What is up, YouTube? Four Leaf Cards here, doing a video response for PurpleGT22. And I've been this is very timely because I've been really thinking about what am I doing on YouTube and trying to get focused, or just kind of understand what my goal is. Just trying to kind of refine a little bit. So this was a pretty timely topic, and Purple GT was asking, how YouTube has changed your life, and that was an interesting question for me because I didn't really feel like YouTube changed my life. Of course, I've only been doing it for a little bit now, but when I sit down and think about that, it probably has, and it probably will continue to kind of change my life. I don't think in a major way. I mean, I got job and family and things like that, but it takes part of my time, and so anything that takes part of your time, alters other parts of your life. So, I've really been making sure that I'm not spending too much time doing that stuff, but you also need some distractions from other things too. So that's why we have a hobby, right? So I kind of got to thinking here, and I think I probably need to do another video just, solidifying some of my stuff. But for a response for this, when I first started getting back into the hobby, I just put a video up on that, where that started. It was just a buddy of mine, a guy I work with, grabbing some junk wax out of a local card shop and hanging out and doing that. And that was really fun. And so for a little while, I was just into buying a couple bucks worth of junk wax and kind of opening that up and reliving my childhood. And that was just super fun. And I was happy with that. And, but what happened was I walked into that card shop for the second or third time, I'd go down every a couple months. And I realized, what is all this other stuff here? Like, what is this new stuff? And it was just crazy to me. And so I went on YouTube and said, okay, what is this stuff? And I wanted to watch people opening things, and figure out what was kind of like what I've missed and what's going on here before I got too crazy. And the first kind of video that popped up was Baseball Card Junkies. And they were just talking about, like, new to the hobby, here's what's going on. And Nate and Eric, I watched their video, and then I was like, I watched a couple more of their videos, and I was like, wow, this is it, man. These guys are like right doing what I'm doing. I mean, they've been still collecting, but like, these are my people. This is my people in my generation, and like, it was like a connection, like instantly, even though I never met the people. And so then I searched around YouTube. So I was a watcher for a little while. I was watching the Jabs family. I mean, those guys go to flea markets and finding cards, and like, oh man, I could do that too. And then from there it got weird because I found Pepino. And at first I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe my eyes just saw that. I can't unsee it. It was him dressed up as the sailor in like a jail toilet bathroom thing, and it was weird, but I laughed my butt off. And so then I started watching a bunch of old Pepino stuff, and it was just nuts. And anytime I needed a little pick-me-up, I just watched Pepino. So that was a cool, made me happy. So Pepino, thank you for being crazy. I appreciate what you do. And, Nate and Eric, thanks for being kind of my first YouTube guys, kind of, a little more on the knowledge side, just bringing me up to speed on that. And from there, I stumbled onto Mike over at Baseball Collector. And that was just really, to me, a guy that likes knowledge. That was just really cool that Mike was talking about old cards and Hall of Famers, and I was really impressed with that. And then he mentioned a guy named another Eric from Those Back Pages, that it kind of calmed him down a little bit, the way he talked. So I got onto Those Back Pages and talk about knowledge exchange. Just really enjoy listening to Those Back Pages, all of the stuff on there, and just learning and sharing the knowledge, and just what a great person there. Really what this has done, because another group I stumbled onto is the Essential Credentials, and that's all the 90s insert stuff. And really what YouTube's done for my life is it's cost me a lot of money. Okay, let's get down to it. I was a junk wax guy. All of a sudden, I'm collecting 90s inserts, and now I'm chasing all this new stuff. And I probably never would have even really took a hard look at any of it because I was happy with my 80s junk. So YouTube is unfocusing me and costing me a little bit of money that I have to keep in check. So it doesn't get too crazy. So joking aside, I mean, it's true, and maybe that's a little negative, but I'm loving it. So, people have other hobbies, and this one's one. I'll tell you that another thing is just getting back in and doing all this stuff. I've been watching more sports. I kind of just stopped watching sports, or I did it casually. I might watch my teams. Sunday's easy. Sunday football's easy. I grab the kids, sit down, watch a little bit of football. But we're just so busy in life, and I find myself putting sports on in the background and kind of listening to the games or kind of watching. The biggest thing for me, and I don't think it's fully impacted me yet with YouTube, is what a community. I mean, it's impacted me a little bit. Guys like Bob Lewis, he was one of the first guys to give me a shout out, and I'm trying to think who else. Those Back Cages gave me a little shout out, but people just watching the videos, and I'm trying not to make this a shout out of everybody, but there's a bunch of people that just are watching my videos, and I just really appreciate it, and I'm super impressed with the community. I'm sure there's some bad eggs in there somewhere, but I haven't met any of you. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, but I can't wait. I'm going to try to get to Atlantic City here in 2020, and would love to meet some people. Just the community to me just seems really, really awesome. So I'm looking forward to that impacting me kind of the most out of all. It hasn't happened yet. It's just been some really nice back and forths, commenting on videos and people just being really supportive and all of that stuff. But I think that's going to get really real once I actually meet some of you guys. So that's about it. I mean, it's kind of a long list there, but this is kind of what's on my mind, how YouTube's affected me. Just like little things here and there, but going to keep doing it. I've got some thoughts and I get about some videos here that I really need to sit down and talk to what YouTube means to me a little bit more going forward. So, hey, PurpleGT22, check them out. Really appreciate you stimulating this. I haven't watched anybody else's videos yet. I've been kind of waiting because I wanted to do mine first, so I didn't just repeat what everybody said. I wanted it to be pretty kind of pure, if you will. So I can't wait to go back and listen to everybody else's videos. But check out PurpleGT22 if you haven't. And again, collect to connect. It's kind of like my theme, my mantra is that the hobby's great, but it's the best part of it is when you're connected to other people that are doing it and being part of a community. So collect to connect. And if you guys are open, I always say this, if you guys are open to anything, best of luck to you guys. And I want you all to have an awesome, awesome day.